coaching.com, look up my name and get on it. It's a free 5 days of intense. I'm going to be talking a lot about what we've been talking about last month.
Okay.
And but today, I want to talk about disease. Two things. One, about how to leave appropriate messages.
Oh,
And then the other thing is the disease that runs rapid and rampant with
rampant.
salespeople is called, ready?
Uh-huh.
Conversational narcissism.
Oh.
Think about what
No
that is.
filter. You
No
use the N word,
filter.
narcissistic.
Yeah. These are, what do you think that is? Conversational narcissist. What do you think that is?
Well, for me, I would assume that during the conversation, either you are being the narcissistic person or getting the narcissist talking to you. So I guess it would be which side you're speaking of for the narcissism.
Well, you're absolutely wrong.
I'm completely wrong. And that is how our day goes
Yeah.
with Bill Crespo.
Yeah. So I got this. My wife hates it when I go this. No, you're absolutely wrong.
No, I like it.
So, okay, so here's what we got. Typically, when we don't have good soft skills, and in a market that's changing the way it is, you need good soft skills. You don't need to spend any more money on the crap that they're trying to sell you on to avoid you learning how to do something better. So, conversational narcissism is basically talking too much and not listening. So, when you're with a client and you're wanting to get a listing, wanting to get a sale, you tend to have verbal vomit going on and you don't have any real technique to drive that person to the destination that you want to take them. It's pretty much just let me just talk and impress them and hopefully they'll hug me at the end of the conversation.
Which you end up talking in circles and not talking about anything that is relevant to the person anyway when that happens.
It is obnoxious. And then you think you've done a great job because you actually drove them nuts and they didn't want to really, you didn't cover what you need to cover. And I'm not going to get deep into that because I really want to leave some information to you for people that are leaving messages. But conversational narcissism is really someone without any techniques that thinks based on their personality, they'll just, over rapport, warm them over, or let me demonstrate how much I know about everything. And then what happens is you really never get to the core of that person.
No, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It comes across as aggressive, even if you're not being aggressive. It does come across as aggressive because the person is kind of backing into a corner and you don't know it because you are your own show. I always like to say when you're the only person in the world, I guess that would be okay.
Yeah. And even in your recruiting, or we talk about this in recruiting, I could tell you I don't even know anybody. When you go in and you want to get a new job in another office, you sit there with the broker. I know you do this, but they, hey, can you tell me what your commission split is? And it goes into that whole thing. But the broker,
commission breath of a broker is the worst.
Or the agent coming in, and that's all. If you're going to work for me, I want to find out what your goals, your dreams are. Who gives a crap about the commission?
Nobody.
Can I get you to whatever that number is faster than anybody else?
Hey, listen, no filter. Listen.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the commission. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you care about the commission, you shouldn't be interviewing anyway. It's the truth. You should not be interviewing if you just care about the commission. You're going to hop from one place to one place because the person that's going to sell you right now off of the money, you're going to get sold within another year to another place and another year to another place.
Moving around.
And believe it or not, it looks bad when you hop multiple times year after year after year. It is bad. So the whole thing about commission, just don't even talk about it. It doesn't need to be talked about. You already know as a good broker what the commission in the area is of your brokerages. And if you do not know what the commission average is in your area and also what all the people around you are giving, excuse me, as their commission, how in the world are you ever going to stay in with what is happening to be able to even know the people that are coming to you as far as what they are getting paid? You don't need to sit there and talk to them about it. And the reason, agents, that you are going out there and interviewing should be to grow your business, because you can sit somewhere with 100% commission and have a few deals a year and be fine. But then you are not growing if you're not getting what you need from that company as far as coaching, being able to grow with your marketing, different things. So you need to go to a place that will help you grow your business. Then if the juice is worth the squeeze, you're going to see the results.
So anyway, you're right.
Thank you for the applause.
Yeah. I think there's a couple questions. I think a lot of people start moving around when there's a market shift, right? Oh my gosh, I want to
Yes.
get a better commission. First of all, my opinion, because I had a company, we did about what, 400 and some deals with
Okay.
50 agents. But anyway, so we gave away so much commission that a normal company can't even make money anymore. But if this office, you come in and talk to Tomasino, you walk into your state and you walk into another office, your question should be, I want to make X. How fast can you get me to make X in 12 months? That's it. And what are the tools you have to help me get there? That's it. Not, can I get a better commission? What's your transaction fee? It's so obnoxious that we've gone so far away from the technique of developing people. We're not even business people. I don't know what we call ourselves anymore, but we need to now understand that with this market shift, this is all about soft skills that you have to really develop. Will your office help you there? Now, we've created such an independent thing that people are just working out of their homes on the edge of their beds now, still not getting out of their home to come into work.
Not even getting dressed.
Teams, if you're a team, and my teams know this that I coach, come back together on a regular basis and see each other,
Yes.
because this lone wolf type of attitude and staying at home is not going to get you. Everybody needs each other right now to get past whatever is going on in the marketplace.
Yes,
Yes.
Stacy, relationship building.
Yeah, and
Yes.
you have relationships between your fellow agents. We need each other. But listen, if your office is doing a Tupperware party in the middle of the day, get the hell out of there. Okay, because this is not about
Like, what in the world's the Tupperware party going to do for
or
your real
Mary
estate
Kay,
business?
or I remember when I was and this is a local comment here. So I had
Okay.
my
Here we
daughter
go.
was at the time. Erin was I don't know 5. My office said only gave me 2 signs. That is it. And I was one of the top listing agents in that office. The broker comes in and argues with me. She can't find me. I would wash your car, you'd be
Yes.
the same way. If I have to wash, you work for me and you need me to help you, I would wash your car. And we've gotten away from, let's help these agents get to where they want to go. They have to support their family, because if I could help you, you're helping me. Right. So, and I know you do this on heartbeat. Okay, my car's dirty. You got a vacuum clean. Hey, I'll help you do it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm also going to help you get your skills down, because if you don't respect your time management, the client, the customer is not going to respect you, and you get these obnoxious calls late at night, or you're working way too many hours for a little bit of pay.
And it's true. And I'll tell you this, though, while we're cleaning your car, we're going to have some good conversations
Yeah.
too, because it's going to be worth my time to be there to be able to coach you and help you, as well as wash your car. Or we're going to get closer together from other relationship building. But there is a science behind actually doing things like that. So if you have an agent or you have a broker, either one, you can be both sides, right?
Yep.
That you're not close to, or you want to get closer to learn more. The best way to do that is in a non-work setting to get to the next level, as long as the conversations go back around again to real estate or whatever it is that you need.
Right.
But that is a great way to get your skills too. Sometimes whenever I was, selling and listing,
Right.
I would actually, on beautiful days, take the client outside to talk about the outside and actually have the conversation of price outside. It's a better setting to be outside and have that conversation with a high D. Believe it or not, it really is,
Right.
with a high D, than it is on the couch or at a kitchen table. Why? Because the D expects you to have that conversation at the kitchen table and at the couch, and they're ready and they have their environment already in their head set. When you're outside and it's beautiful and you're taking in the fresh air and you're sitting there talking, it's a lot calmer. Everybody relaxes a little bit. The same thing is if you have a beachfront, better get your tail out there on the deck or outside and
that'd be
put
nice.
your shoes on the side and put your toes in the sand, because it is a calmer, more relaxing place to have that conversation.
So the Harvard did a study on teams. There's a book out that did a lot of research on teams. Teams are highly effective within a group of 10 or less.
Really?
10 or less. So what happens is, if you have, let's say, an office of 100,
Uh-huh.
you're going to create little factions of these little groups of 10. Maybe you've got teams that are not officially teams, but they call themselves something. And they also
Right.
said that your team members that actually hang out with themselves and doing things outside of the leadership is a good thing, because now somebody said that relationship building is so important.
Right.
So
Stacy.
so they actually put a device on each team member and tracked all these teams for I don't know how long, but
Wow.
and found out that they hang out with each other, they ask each other questions without the leader. That's actually a good thing. Sometimes the ego of the leader goes, they don't love me. They don't want to hang with me. Let them do their thing. Let them come back. You meet them. You lead with them. They need leadership right now. With the market shifting, the people that are so independent are going to want to jump on a team.
It's true.
They're going to want leadership. And if they don't want to jump on a team, they're going to want to jump into an office where people can get together. We've gotten so independent. Think about this. In no time, AI is going to take over your business anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So if AI takes over a majority of the real estate business, there's no way, Bill, that will happen. I guarantee you
That's
it's
definitely
going to
a
happen.
way that's going to happen. It's already
Yeah.
happening on some.
But-
I'm telling you, it's already
Yeah,
happening.
and they can't take away your emotions, your feeling for someone else. So there's going to be a lot of people out of the business. So you've better develop good soft skills, good communication skills, good sales skills, good question asking, and let the client feel comfortable working with you, or else you're gone.
And it's true. I mean, even now, just as you know, or should know by watching us or listening to us, AI is already taking over on listings. So agents in California, Florida, Texas, DC area, New York, New Jersey that I know of are using AI for their platform in order to write their listings.
Oh,
So they are taking what
yeah.
they used to, one bath, 2-bedroom house.
It's cream puff. Remember that
And
word,
they
cream
take
puff?
it and they pop it into AI and then they
It's
put it
all
back
done.
in.
There goes that administrator or whoever else you have.
So it's already happening.
Yeah.
slowly.
And another thing that's happening from the West Coast, I have a client in Washington State, and hopefully he's watching. So they're now, your commission that you are receiving on the co-op, whatever that is going to be difficult in the future to get. Your buyer is going to have to pay you, which means I don't know if the mortgage company is going to be able to let that wrap into the mortgage, but you're not guaranteed that commission on a co-op. And they're already
No.
writing it in the West Coast that you have to have a buyer broker. And it's getting to the point where you're not going to get that money. So you have to be really good in your presentation. You got to be really dynamic, energize, and let these people know that you bring to the table some expertise versus someone going, I want to be your glorified Uber driver, and let me just drive you around and pay for your lunch and mess up your car. And then I don't believe a word you're saying,
It's true.
It's really bad.
It is really bad. And as he told you earlier, a lot of you have just joined in the last 10, 15 minutes, but missed the first part. So as he was talking to you all earlier, the government has now released something to where when you put more money down and have a better credit score, you're actually penalized.
There it is.
Yeah.
Any regret?
And I mean, it's just ridiculous. And then the lower credit score with the lower percentage down actually gets a reduction. And it's crazy to me because you work so hard to get your credit score up and to have the money to put down that now, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are putting this out there, which is just the simple fact that they want the loan to have more money in it to get more interest, is what it boils down to. I mean, if anybody that would read this could see through it, but it's sad. It's very sad, but it's also, hey, it's a red flag for the future of what in the world is getting ready to happen.
Yeah. Where are we going with the real estate industry right now? They're going to tell you everything's great, everything's going to get better. So the couple things I want to talk about from a technique standpoint, leaving messages. Let's talk about the art of leaving messages.
Okay.
First of all, these scripts that come with leads, like I'm not going to name the companies, but the ones that give you these buyer leads, and they also give you scripts with them. The scripts are terrible. Do not use them. So I want to give you how you leave messages that are effective. Most of the time, they're not going to call you back. Sometimes they do because they want to know who called. So don't use the scripts that are in these services because everybody's using the same one. So leaving messages, I don't recommend it, but if you do, here's a couple of tips that you need to be effective on, okay?
All right.
So you need to know in advance what type of message you're going to leave. Let me put my little cheaters on so I can see what's going on. All right. So first time, is it a first time buyer? Are you doing a follow up? Or you're trying to get an appointment? But here's what happens with these scripts. Hi, this is Bill. I wouldn't ever go hi, but let's say, hey, this is Bill with so and so company. I noticed that you're looking to, you're searching and want to find out if you're still interested in buying a home. No good. That leaves no interest to the person. First of all, actually, how I sounded is better than most. Here's what I say. Here's what I usually hear. Hi, my name is Bill Crespo, and I wanted to find out if you're still interested in buying a house. You were searching on our site, and it appeared that you were looking at three. I mean,
It's so true, though. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but honestly, it is so true. Every time, the reason I say that is because I have rental properties, and so people call me all the time and leave messages and send me texts, and it is hilarious to me because everybody sounds the same, everybody looks the same, everybody smells the same. I'm telling you, it is cookie cutter real estate, and I'm getting the same messages, the same texts, the same voicemails, the same flyers, the same people knocking on the doors.
These newsletters that you guys are paying for, 5 other agents that are in the same market are doing they're sending the same thing. So let's go back. So what you've got to do is, where do you want to go with this message? What do you want these people to do? So have a script in front of you. Now, I have a thing, we're going to talk about more of it in the 5-day challenge, called the rejection-free opener.
Okay.
Rejection-free opener, which is, I'm not sure if you can help me. Simple. That triggers the brain to actually want to listen. And what happens is you're just leaving a message. Now, your voice has to be dynamic. You have to sound energetic because the microphone on a phone diminishes the sound of your voice. So this is why when you hear DJs or when we're talking, gosh, because if I talk like this when I get home, my wife will go back outside. You're not a coach now. And when you come back in, throw out the trash. I can't go, hey,
go
how
to your
are
room,
you?
and when you know what you've done, come out.
Yeah, I got to reel it back in.
Go think about what you did, Bill, outside.
Okay, go back and think about how you approach the house. So anyway, right now, I'm in my teaching mode. So I have the script in front of you. Speak slower than normal, and also speak like you know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do not sound rushed. Hi, just not sure if you can help me. This is Bill Crespo. It looked like you were looking for a home on 123 Main Street, whatever that may be. Now, there's a thing called a curiosity bomb you have to leave on a message. No one leaves curiosity bombs. The curiosity bomb is like a call to action. It has something to do with the fear of loss. It's a pleasure type of situation where you're looking to give them a little bit of it's almost like a cliffhanger in a movie, right? And stay tuned next week and see if John falls off the cliff. Well, we're going to say, hey, Mrs. Smith, if you're still interested in looking for a house, I have some properties that are off market. Do you get it? Off market. If you still are interested, that will give you a competitive edge over anybody else. If you're interested in knowing what that is, give me a call.
We don't have a bomb on here, do we?
Yeah, I know.
I think we have to be careful with saying that also because we're on so many platforms, but we don't have a B with an do we?
Hey, so let me tell you something about the bomb. For those of you that like music, I used to DJ in my 20s, and I did this high school dance, and the person comes up to me and goes, hey, man, are you going to drop the bomb? Okay, and I go, yeah, I'm going to really dig it. I'm gonna really.
That's what you said.
So no, yeah, I'm gonna really jam. And so two songs later, hey man, I thought you were gonna drop the bomb. At that time, when that song came out, "Drop the Bomb on You,"
Yes.
I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know what he was talking about.
So do you know what they did?
You thought he was like drop the beat, is what you?
Yeah,
thought.
I thought they was. Hey,
okay.
Can you be kind of cool? And of course, me being a.
You were so cool in your head.
Oh my gosh.
You're so cool in your head.
Talk about conversational narcissist. I go drop. Yeah, I'm gonna drop some good songs on you, and then I leave. They let the airs out of my tires.
No way.
Yeah, because they were pissed. And then
oh my gosh! At least they didn't slash them; they just left the air.
Then I learned the song.
Let the air out.
Then I learned the song, and I never always dropped the bomb. But anyway, back to real estate. So you have to have a curiosity bomb. Okay. Have energy in your voice. Sound exciting, man. This is your calling card to have someone give you a call.
Do not be monotone.
Oh yeah, and no upswings. No California. Hi there. You call on my house.
Yeah,
Is
do not
you-
put a question mark
oh
at the
my
end of everything you do.
God. What is up with people with upswings at the end of their life?
Because I'll tell you, they feel like the fluctuation that's the way to go. It is fluctuation. It is not the way to go
I see that you
at
looked on
all.
my website and you were here, and you want to go. You want to have downswings at the end of it, and we've been coaching on this for years. It's
Years.
gotten worse.
It really has.
Where this started was the Valley Girls in California, and it went swift. I hear people on TV that think they're really big deal. I don't know what leaders, and our transportation is doing really. I'm going, what is going on? So downswing, sound like you have authority in your voice, right? And leave something compelling that will want them to want to call you back. And that we're just trying to up the callback.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So your
basically it.
percentage, we're trying to get more callback percentage.
That's it. Because people are not home anymore. People go, well,
Mhm.
what's the best time to prospect, Bill? What's the best time to make calls?
Well, let's remember it doesn't matter if they're home or not. Most of you are calling on a cell phone. So, but most people aren't going to answer.
Mm.
They're just not going to answer.
They're going to look at the number and go, well, I'll catch it later. But you have to sound, we're just trying to get a couple more deals
Yes.
from these calls because everybody else is leaving the same message.
Yeah, I read last week 85 to 88% of people who get a call from somebody they don't know do not answer.
Really?
85 to 88. It depended on
Mm.
what time zone you're in actually. So but 85 to 88. And then you can talk to this. I was going to tell you about it later anyway.
What?
That calling different time zones. So why would you call a different time zone if you were trying to get business here? Because you also need referrals from other agents. Now, calling different time zones actually worked out very well. And the study said because you're calling with the mindset of noon and you're already into your day, you're awake, you're ready to go, and you're calling somebody at 9 o'clock who just started their
Yeah.
day, you've got more energy than they do, and you're actually more appealing.
Yeah. So you don't go, all right,
Yeah.
don't do any of that.
Yeah, you get better the more calls you make, right? So towards the end, you should be on your game. You should be great when you start, but you should be on your game towards the end. And so if you're calling a different time zone, which you should, we'll cover that as far as getting referrals from other states. But
Yeah. I
if
mean,
you are, then you should be good to go.
your energy level that we need. This is all part of the shifting market that we're in right now. Energy has to be up. Physically, you got to be ready. You got to put more intense time. Not necessarily more time, but more intense, focused time.
Yes.
I think
And
it's going to be important.
do not get up 1 hour before you start calling. You need to be at least 2 hours before you start calling. You need to be ready, dressed, have your breakfast, good to go, pumped up, and then you call. You don't get up and then at the end of your morning routine is your call.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. No, in there, we talked about being in 5 lead sources. I just did something in videos coming out. We'll talk more about it in the 5-day challenge if you jump on there. But you need to be in 5 sources. You can't be in 1. You can't be in 2. In the market that's shifting, you got to be in 5. 5 lead sources. That means you may pick up 2 or 3 out of this one, 10 out of this one, 1 out of this one, whatever it may be. But you have to be in multiple lead sources, which means your ability to make communication effective and not be a conversational narcissist is so important. And you
Yes.
do that by asking questions. You don't do that by talking. If you have to leave a message, make it compelling so they call you back. Every lead, everybody you talk to is a possibility of finding you something. So
Yes.
even if that person says, no, I'm not interested, they have 5 other friends. And we know that statistically that 3% of any market is ready to buy or sell now.
Any market. 3% is always ready to buy or sell in any market. I hope you heard that.
Any market. And then the other 3 to 4% just has to be, you have to discuss it with them.
Yeah.
Okay, the other ones are going to be more difficult. So about 50% of the market of potential buyers, what's going to happen is, I wanted to bring this up. This will offend
dear.
some people.
Here, I knew it. I was ready. I was ready.
Here we go.
No filter.
Some of you that are working in markets with what I call ankle biters. Ankle biters are those agents that are doing 2 to 3 deals a year, maybe 5 or 6 in a neighborhood that you should have. Those ankle biters have to be gone.
Ankle bite.
They're like those little gnats on your ankles when you walk in, they're fleas or something. They have to be gone because they're not doing enough business. They're taking your business away from you.
Dear ankle biters, if you would please subscribe to Bill Crespo up in the top right-hand corner, you will be able to be more than just an ankle biter. You'll be a knee biter.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we need to do is there's not enough business out there for the amount of agents. So you have to take business away from the ankle biters.
Yeah. And listen, taking it away means that you actually did your job and you capture the business. If you don't sell in your neighborhood as the primary real estate agent for your neighborhood, you're doing something wrong. That's the first and foremost place that you should be able to get your business
The
besides
worst,
your
your next
family
door
and
neighbor
friends.
that lists their house and you weren't on the sign.
Hey, we had one down the road. Great story. We just had one down the road and the sign went up and 5 of my neighbors came over and I thought, oh dear, I saw them coming. Listen, don't think I'm crazy, but I have 17 cameras at my house in all different directions.
Yeah.
I do. It's kind of crazy.
Kinda
But at the
crazy.
same time, there's a lot of different angles at my house, and I like to keep an eye on my dogs. I'm a big pet person. So I get these alerts, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, did the dogs get out? Because there's so many coming from so many different areas. They all came together. They came together in front of my house and they came in. And I was like, what is happening? They're like, listen, hey, so your sign's not down the road. Somebody else's sign's there. And we want to know what's going on. And I was like, what? So here to come find out, they just thought that maybe somebody went rogue because they know that, number one, I am going to be able to give them the best of everything when
Right.
it comes to, and I'm going to give them my top agents, right? And so they wanted to know why in the world would anybody have any other sign but mine on the house? And I love that because it was an eye opener for me. If you do not have a neighborhood who thinks that about you, you're not doing it correctly. Period. Period.
So you look at your neighborhood and see how many agents are doing 2, 3, or 4 deals a year that shouldn't even be there. Your marketing plan for the rest of the year is to dive into that marketplace and get that business away from it. And I know those agents that are ankle biters are going to go, that is not nice. Well, what's not nice is the fact that we are servicing people with people that don't do a lot of business and they're a liability to the company and liability to themselves.
Right.
And they're giving the reputation, they're giving us a bad rap.
Well, they are because they don't really know what they're doing. But you know what they are doing correctly?
What?
They're probably making their calls and going out there and talking to people.
Which an ankle biter could turn into a top producer.
I said, if you want to be more than an ankle biter, all you have to do is subscribe to the top right-hand corner. You will be a knee biter.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is, now, if you're an agent that's been in business for a long time that think you've got this thing wrapped up, this market will produce new top producers.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And I'm ready for them. I love it. I think it's great. I want to keep the producers that we have as well, that have already been through a market similar, not the same. We have not been in a market like this. I don't care what anyone has said. This market is not the same as any other market. Does it have the scent, the look of other markets? Yes, but it is a market that is combined by multiple negative markets that we have had in the past, and we will go into that at another time.
Yeah.
But it is not a market that we are used to by any shape or form. We are literally putting skills together of markets throughout the years since 2000, and I'm going to say 4 for me. You would be a little bit longer, but we're putting skills together from all those markets in order to get our top producers to stay top producers, and in order to get our knee biters.
Yeah, ankle biters.
No, we haven't got those yet. They're on here. They're supposed to be subscribing.
Sorry. I messed that one up.
Oh, you did. You did. But it's okay. The best way, dear ankle biters, is that right now we have five different people that can sign up with you for the 5-day challenge.
Well, no, actually, anybody can sign up. This is all
that's
free.
right. That's
yeah,
right.
5-day challenge for
Sorry, you did.
anybody. So,
Yep.
well, and guys, okay, let's don't freak out.
Well, you can if you want, but-
I can't take people into a program if you're not ready. So, but this is to show you and to let you hear something completely different that's being told to you out there right now, because you could only be motivated to death so long and believe in yourself. And you can only do so much business without new soft skills.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard skills are like if you're a mechanic, or hard skills would be if you're a software engineer. Soft skills is what comes out of your mouth, what you're listening to, how you're speaking to someone. And that's what I want to talk to you about, so that we have higher level training on soft skills. That's what the 5-day challenge would be, so that you leave good messages.
And again, it's free.
And it's free. I mean,
it's
come on.
free 50.
Yeah, it's
It's
free.
free 50. All you have
50.
to do.
It's a BOGO. It's The BOGO?
You don't like my dad jokes.
Yeah, I know. Those are
It's free 50. All you have to do is go Path of Pro, which is up there in the corner. You can just use your phone and go there. It's completely free. And it's a 5-day challenge. And I think it's great.
all right, guys. So I hope we didn't get everybody upset, but
We definitely got a few people
yeah,
upset.
okay. So look, it's okay. We'll help you out.
I
Stay
will say
with us
this.
every
Hey,
Monday.
hey, listen. I do love the ankle biters that want to go and be bigger. I do. I
Yeah,
do.
I
I was
like
an
it.
ankle biter at one time. I was. Then Bill got me.
Yeah, and then we're ready to roll.
And now here we are. All right, guys.
Have a great week.
See you next Monday.
Got my head over water for the first time in years. Got my feet across the border from a land of tears. Ain't no way I'm going back under. Got my eyes in the wild blue yonder. What lies beyond the horizon? Let's go find out. Feeling free, free to live my life, free to roll the dice, free to go left or right. I wanna feel free to go wherever I choose. Free.
But I will say this. Hey, listen, we're back up on here. So we're talking about the Realtor Association.
We're back?
Yeah, I know. It just kind of came back. We have more people.
Wait a minute. Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Hold on. How did we come
Hi.
back?
We just did. So we're talking about the Realtor Association. It's actually really good for us to talk about real quick. So the awards are this Thursday, and they are at the oceanfront. Something in the Water is also this weekend, and it starts Thursday night with everybody coming in, and they're going to start partying. Please be safe and stay away from the front of the oceanfront if you can. If you're not going, just make sure, if you're not going to Something in the Water, just make sure that after the award ceremony that everybody gets home safe. Uber if you can. And there's no post or pregame that I know of because of everything that's happening with Something in the Water. Plus, it's a Thursday night for these awards. So please be safe. We will see you all there, but definitely be safe. So we came back just to tell you that.
And if you don't want to go to Something in the Water, the Tiki
Yeah.
Bar Band is playing at the Pelican Bay Oyster Rose on Shore Drive this
Well, there you
weekend.
go.
Saturday.
Go to Shore Drive. Go to
Get
Shore
away from the
Drive.
crowds.
Yeah.
We'll be there
All
having a
right.
good time.
We're gonna go out again. So